that day he didn't go for for guitar lessons. He went for farming. Okay, now scenario 1, that what is the total opportunity cost of the day that farmer Tony incurred for his spring day in the field planting wheat? Okay, so total opportunity cost, we know that total opportunity cost is equal to implicit plus explicit. What is implicit cost? That he did not go for guitar lesson, and had he gone for guitar lessons, he would be spending 10 hours and he would be earning per hour $25. So total $250 he would be earning if he didn't go for planting wheat, right? Explicit cost, how much actual cost he paid from his own pocket? 130 worth of seeds. So 130 plus 250 is equal to how much? $380. So our answer is D. Let's check that. Yes, we did right. If your answer you solved it for D, then really you are intelligent and you really understand the concept. Let's move to the scenario 2. So scenario 2, Tony's accountant would most likely figure out the total cost of his wheat planting equals to. Just pause the video and try to solve scenario 2 answer. We'll solve it together as well. Okay, so we know that accountant profit is equal to accounting profit is equal to total revenue minus explicit cost. So what is the revenue here? He planted any seed. A seed would give him $300 worth of wheat, and how much the explicit cost? 130, right? So Tony's accountant would most likely to figure out the total cost. The total cost would be 130. Answer would be B. Let's see that. B. Good. How about the scenario 3, in which we talk about accounting profit? The accounting profit would be 270. Not 270, it's 170, sorry. Right? 300 minus 130, answer is 170. See, let's see the answer. So if you guess the answer B and C, then you are really in good shape. Let's talk about our last scenario, that is what is economic profit. Economic profit, we know that is equal to total revenue minus total opportunity cost. So let's talk about that. What is total revenue? The crop would yield $300. And what is implicit cost? We already know that implicit cost is the lost guitar lessons, 250, 10 hours multiplied by the 25 per hour. And what is explicit cost? He paid 130 worth of seed. So what is the answer here? Instead of earning profit, he is earning negative $80 loss. So let's see the answer. Answer is B, which is negative $80. So from here we also learned that accounting profit is always greater than economic profit as well, or otherwise economic profit is always less than accounting profit, right? Good. Okay, let's start our production and cost. For the other concepts, for this one, let's assume that our book example, Helen Cookies Factory, and we assume that the size of the factory is fixed, and Helen can vary the quantity of cookies produced by changing the number of workers. So basically what we are assuming here is that Helen started a factory, and the only thing that we assume here is that the Helen cannot increase its production by just increasing the size of the factory. And we say that the size of the factory is fixed, so she cannot increase the number of the production of cookies by just disturbing the size of the factory, because size of the factory is fixed. So the only logical choice is that if she want to increase the cookies production, she has to employ more workers, or if she want to decrease the production, she has to employ less workers. So let's talk about the production function. The production function shows the relationship between quantity of inputs used to make up good and the quantity of output of that good. In simple words, it shows the relationship between inputs and output. So let's explore further in next slide. So this table is called production function. How? Because it shows the input versus output. So you see here, if Helen employ zero worker, the production is zero. If Helen employ one worker, production is 50 cookies per hour, and two workers 90, three workers 120. So we here successfully established the link between input and output. That is, by employing more worker, production is increased. Marginal product. Let's talk about the definition. The definition is a marginal product of input is the production process that arises from additional unit of that input. So just assume that what do we mean by marginal? Marginal mean additional or extra or one more unit. So what is the marginal product means? Marginal product means by increasing one additional worker, what is the increase in quantity of cookies? Or by increasing one unit of input, what is the increase in output, right? So let me explain one more time. Marginal product, which means extra product or additional product or production. So marginal product means what is the extra production by employing one unit of input, right? So so the table 1 also shows the marginal product. How this marginal product is calculated, because we have a formula. The marginal product is equal to change in output divided by change in input. So where this 50 came from? We have a change in output, so we have 50 minus 0 divided by 1 minus 0. Answer is 50. This 50 came from here. Similarly, let me just remove it here. Where this 20 came from? 20 came from here. 140 minus 120 divided by 4 minus 3. Answer is 20 by 1, which is 20, right? So did you notice one thing, that marginal product is in the middle, right? This 40 is in the middle, right? This 30 is in the middle of there. So this is how we find out what is marginal product, right? The formula of marginal product is change in output divided by change in input. Okay, so let's explore marginal product further. The diminishing marginal product. So let's talk about the definition. That is, a diminishing marginal product is the property whereby marginal product of an input declines as the quantity of input increases. What does it mean? It means as more workers or more input is employing, the additional input or marginal product will decline. What is the logical reason here? So here is that as more and more workers are hired by the firm, each additional worker contributes less to the production because firm has limited amount of equipment. And if one has to share the equipment, then production will be slower than before. So what is diminishing